My name is Rachel Summers, and for the past 3 years, I lived next door to the perfect neighbor. At least, that's what I thought. Ethan Caldwell was charming in that quiet, mysterious kind of way. Mid-30s, handsome, polite, always kept to himself, but never rude. He helped carry my groceries once during a thunderstorm, and we occasionally exchanged pleasantries over the fence. To everyone on the block, he was just a quiet man who worked from home and liked his privacy. But something never sat quite right with me. Maybe it was the way he flinched when kids got too loud, or how his windows were always tightly shut, blinds drawn, even on the sunniest days. Or maybe it was that awful, sour smell that occasionally drifted from the vents on his side of the duplex. But I brushed it off. We all have quirks, right? That was until last Thursday night. I had forgotten my phone charger at home and ran back from a dinner with friends.
It was close to midnight when I arrived.
As I got out of the car, I noticed something strange. Ethan's front door was cracked open. Just a sliver, barely noticeable, but enough. I hesitated. Maybe he forgot to close it? Or someone else had opened it. I told myself it wasn't my business. But then I heard it, a muffled cry. It was faint, but real. My stomach dropped. I should have called someone. The police. A friend. Anyone. But something stronger took hold of me. Curiosity. Or maybe fear disguised as bravery. I pushed the door open slowly. Inside, the air was thick with that same awful smell, but stronger. The lights were dim. Shadows crept along the walls like living things. I called out softly, "Ethan?" No answer. I crept further in, the floorboards creaking under each step. His house was unnaturally clean. Too clean, except for the pile of newspapers stacked against every wall. That's when I noticed the locks. Dozens of them. On the inside of every door. And then I heard it again. That cry. I followed it down the hallway, heart racing, until I reached a door that had been padlocked multiple times, but now hung slightly ajar. What I saw inside froze me in place. A room, dark and cold, lit by a single red lamp. The walls were lined with soundproofing foam, shelves filled with old VHS tapes, journals, and photographs. And there, in the middle of the room, was a cage. Not a small one, not for animals. It was human-sized. Inside, a woman. She looked terrified, disheveled, but very much alive. Her eyes widened in shock when she saw me. I immediately reached for the locks, my hands shaking, but before I could open them, I heard a sound behind me. "Rachel," Ethan said, his voice calm.
Too calm.
"You shouldn't be in here." I turned slowly to face him. His expression was unreadable, but his eyes were cold. "What are you doing?" I whispered. "I could ask you the same," he said, stepping closer. "You always seemed curious. Too curious." My heart pounded in my chest. "Let her go. You can't keep her here." He tilted his head, almost amused. "You don't understand. She wanted to be here. They all do. I help them. I give them purpose." It was then I realized this wasn't the first time. I backed away slowly, trying to keep calm. "I'm leaving now, Ethan. We can talk about this later. Just let me go." He didn't respond, just stood there watching me with an eerie stillness. I bolted, not waiting to hear what he might do next. I ran through the hallway, past the locks, past the smell, and out into the night. I called 911 as soon as I reached my car. The police arrived quickly. They searched the house, arrested Ethan without resistance. The woman was taken to the hospital, treated for dehydration and shock. Her name was Lily. She had been missing for over a year. Her family thought she was dead. Ethan was charged with kidnapping, false imprisonment, and several other crimes I can't even wrap my head around. In the following weeks, more evidence came to light. More victims. More tapes. More journals detailing his twisted beliefs. The neighborhood was in shock. No one suspected a thing. He mowed his lawn, paid his taxes, waved to kids on Halloween. And I replay that night over and over. What if I hadn't gone back for my charger? What if I had brushed off the sound? What if he had caught me before I could run? I thought I knew him. I thought he was just a quiet, private man. But behind those closed doors, Ethan Caldwell was hiding a darkness I never could have imagined. Now I double lock my doors. I check every sound in the night. I don't ignore my instincts anymore. Because sometimes the real monsters don't look like monsters at all. They look like the guy next door. And you never really know someone until you see what they're hiding behind closed doors.